gotta love old movies. Happy Sunday to you. Yeah, it's sports season, and like I said in my title, there's baseball, there's football, there is hockey and basketball, there's racing, there's tennis. Somebody was actually, what was it Ed Winchell? Was Ed Winchell talking to me about this, or was it Steve Hollywood? Like, what are you watching? And I'll tell you what I watched today, and I'm a lot of it behind the times. Yesterday, if you saw on my Instagram and Facebook posts, I went out on my hog. So I haven't been out on the Harley in quite a while. So I got a chance to head on out, and it was nice. Saw my buddy from high school, Frank, and Frank's been into music for like a long, long time. Like he was in was like in choir, or he was in band or choir, or not sure, but it was definitely music related. He played sports in junior high, and I played sports in junior high and in high school. But I've known Frank for what 40 something years, about 40 years, at least 40 years, and we weren't. He was doing like I said, the master ceremonies for it was a charity event for combat vets, one of the bike clubs, not bicycles, obviously, motorcycle clubs here, and they he was the MC for the event over Brandon Harley Davidson. He came up. It was cool. It was really nice seeing him. But I was out on my Harley. I've been out on the Harley like forever. So, and one thing I was really, really hankering for, and maybe, like I said, I see Carrie's in here. I love you, Carrie. I'm doing well. But the one thing I was hankering for was some calzone. And I haven't had any calzone in a while. So we went to this place that my buddy from work was telling me makes really fantastic pizza. And they made a really fantastic calzone. So I was just ready for it. I was like, man, I can't wait. So yeah, so we had the bike ride out to see Frank and had some calzone. Went back. It was nice. I mean, it's 80 degrees here in Florida in February, and I'm like, wow. And I know that there's the folks that are like, and again, I feel for the folks. They had like, was it the pardon me, God, I get the yawns on these last couple shows. The blizzards in like up in Cali and Nevada and all those up as well, but it's like warm as hell. And I'm gonna get ready to go to I'm gonna go to a baseball game. Three baseball games upcoming, two on the weekends. Can't wait to see that. So I busted out the Phillies jersey because I've worn that the last two Fridays. I said, well, one more time for my Sunday show. But I appreciate everybody coming out. So let's get that. Giants Chronicles podcast, aka Gabe. Thanks for being here, Gabe. Good to see you there, Shipman. Matt, DC wants $35 million for his services. Hey, if he can get it, and it was a mutual kind of FU festival between Carr and the Raiders, right? Because the way the contract was written, the Raiders most importantly wanted to get out of it after a year. That was most important for them, was to get out of the contract after a year. What they did, they screwed up. I admit it. They screwed up by the language and the date that they did. So they get nothing for him, but they get out of the contract. I honestly think if Derek Carr, and I only because it's in the comment, because I don't like talking about him anymore. I can't stand it. I don't want to talk about Derek Carr. I don't want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. What I want to talk about is who will be the quarterback. And from what I understand, well, we know it ain't Carr, and I don't think it's going to be Rodgers, per reports. Anthony, good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate the true captain. I appreciate that. Mode's in the house as well. For how hard it is to find a good quarterback, DC's worth 35. He's been the top 15 quarterback in the past. Flourish in the right system, maybe. But if he goes to New York, the New York media is going to eat him alive. Travis, thank you for that. Sup to you. If you can't come over, if you're on Facebook or Twitter, I am on Twitter. Yeah, I am on Twitter. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, come on over to YouTube. If you're on Twitter, I can't see any of your comments. Not a one. Can't see any of your comments if you're on Twitter. If you're on Facebook, I see some of them if you log in, but it's better video and audio over on YouTube. And who's going to get DC 35? Maybe the Jets. Willie Wayne's here, and again, thank you, Carrie. Carrie is a bodacious, awesome lady who can cook. I can't wait to see her, and the cookings. Ed opines that the offer was for 22, so we'll see. Dr. Brawl's in here, thank you. Best to your family as well. Stack team around him and still no playoffs. We tried that last season. Yeah, Anthony said it's true. Gabe, you can say what you want about the Jets, but until you see results, you don't get too many results. I have a dyno lowrider mode it's a dyno lowrider that is stacked like a wide drive. It has the bobtail fender. It's got a type 1 kit or a Screaming Eagle stage 1 Screaming Eagle kit. It's nice. Take a look at it on YouTube, on Instagram and Facebook. "48 degrees in LA. Man. Raiders are interested in Baker Mayfield. They got to find somebody. I hope it's not. I mean, honestly, as long as you don't spend a lot of money on a quarterback and you build the lines and you build the defense, that's what a good team will do. And it's kind of there. If you can walk, if you have, no, I take it back. If you have a pulse, walking is the bonus. If you have a pulse and can throw a football, I mean, if you could throw a football and you're breathing, you don't necessarily even need to walk. They can put you out there on like a board. Granted, your arm strength is going to, you have to do like a transition standing throw. Raiders are interested in that. And yeah, Baker Mayfield. Yeah, I'm not enamored. Like I said, you all, and I'll say y'all, give us crap or give me crap about the the what is it? Jacoby Brissett talk. I think Jacoby Brissett will be fine. Anthony, we'll see about that. I think they were a year early on what they made. I think they were more tuned to make the postseason this year, and they made it last year instead. They got better with the shortstop that they picked up from the Dodgers. They picked up some pitching. I can't wait to see them. But it's because they are the National League champions. The tickets are hard to come by. Salute to the driest Raider fan. And that calzone was fantastic. Oh, did you see it? I posted pictures. It was wonderful. And Matt asked me, Matt is Raiders 007 or Raiders '07. Do you want Jalen? Okay, do I want Jalen Ramsey? Sure. What's the contract? See, those are two different questions. Do I want Jalen Ramsey? Yeah, I'd love to have Jalen Ramsey. I would. I'd love to have Jalen Ramsey. But at what price? At what cost? Therein lies the question. Strongbow, I like calzone because it's a matter of the cheeses are different and the sauce and how it's made. Strongbow is close, but I like calzone. Baseball, the clock on the pitchers and making the game more interesting. It is speeding things up. That's one thing I want to talk to you about. The new rules changes in Major League Baseball, the pitching clock, which they've been doing in the minors for the last couple of years. They've been doing it in the minors for the last couple of years with so the players that have played in the minors for the last couple of years, they are more attuned as to what's going on, right? They're used to the rules. Eventually, they're getting it in baseball now, so they will go by the rules, and we'll learn. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm watching American Graffiti. That's why I said old movies. Ron Howard and Richard Dreyfuss with hair. I have hair. He knows I have hair. But Ron Howard, Richard Dreyfuss with hair. Was it Cindy Williams, who just recently passed? Kenny Clark, looking good. Bo Swenson? It's Bo Swenson, the leader of the Pharaohs gang, and they're doing the scene right now. If you got HBO, let me see which one it is. If you got HBO, it is. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Showtime 550 on DirecTV. So, Showtime, and I'm watching. I hope to get to witness another postseason because I used to be a Dodgers fan, left because of the head coach, completely bad decision. Oh, you're talking about the Dodgers? Yeah, the Dodgers manager. Yeah, he does make some boneheaded decisions. What's his name? Ed? No, what's his name? Ed. Jalen Ramsey is a total diva, yeah. but then again, so was it the cornerback who played for the Jets? Darrell Revis was. Um, of course, prime time. So you're gonna get that. Dave Roberts, thanks, Anthony. Yeah, he does have some strange. I'm talking about Dave Roberts' strange quirks. But again, Jalen Ramsey, yeah, I'd love to have him, but the contract has to make sense. So Doc is saying it's 56 out in Yuma. Was it Ed was saying what was LA? LA, so because Ed said the temperature out in LA, right? 48. 48. Wow. I think today was in the 80s. And right now, Richard Dreyfuss is hooking up the chain to like one of the concrete blocks or one of the things in the parking lot, and then he's going to hook the other end of the chain up to the cops. What do you call it? The axle, rear axle. You can tell I'm not a real mechanical dude. The rear axle. Into wrestling, somewhat. At times. And hey, we got Chronicles, aka OG Jack Daniels. Oh, here it is. It's coming right now. Wait a second. They got the cop car. Let me see if I can. I'll turn the volume. Oh, he just flipped them off. The cop. He's flipped off, and there's the cops, and he's going. He goes and boom, just tore off the rear axle. Funny. That's. I mean, that's one of the better things. Mackenzie Phillips, when she's a young teenager here. This movie, man, I tell you. Susan Richardson from was it Eight Is Enough when she was like even before that. I'm going to WrestleMania. All you can eat, man, that's awesome. You must have some like VIP tickets, right? VIP tickets. That now, see, I would go to an event like that. WrestleMania. I know it's fake, but it's entertaining. Even though it's fake, it's entertaining. So, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn my phone. I had the phone. I was what do you call it? Recharging it. Forgot to get the charge on. 1 second. Let me. I don't want to overcharge the phone, so I will be right. 1 second. I'm gonna grab my phone so it doesn't overcharge. I know I should have done it as well. I hope they body slam Estrada. Oh, Kev, are you saying that you think that they want to body slam Anthony Estrada on live TV? That's just wrong. That's just wrong. Okay. My mom's boyfriend cousin gets all these crazy things to events. Oh, to that. Anthony, if your mom's boyfriend's cousin has any events in Florida, I'll be more than happy to go to anything that's sent my way. It'd be cool. It really would. Let me go one. Let me go 1 second. Grab my phone. I'll be right back. Let me get the brand thing going here. Uh, 1 second. Be right back. Don't. Yeah. Let me do this. Got that going. I'll be right Okay, I'm back. I did not get any. I should have gotten some. What do you call it? Should have gotten some drink while I was out there, but I wanted to get back as soon as possible. What do you think about drafting Max Dugan? Um, is that the kid out of what was it? Not was it A&M, Texas Christian? Um, he's not he's not bad. He's not a bad quarterback. I think actually he'd be a decent quarterback. Isn't wasn't there a movie about getting Max Dugan? Google that. I think Jason Robards was in that Max Dugan movie. Yeah, Max Dugan returns. I was like, yeah, I think it was like Jason Robards was Max Dugan. So is it like, oh, Charlie Lau was in that? Wow. If you guys don't know who Charlie Lau was a great baseball player, right? Yeah, he was in that movie too. Charlie Lau. I just saw that. Anyway, yeah. So Max Dugan, the quarterback, I wouldn't mind him being. I'm not TCU. Okay, yeah. He won't be a bad quarterback. I said, and he's a quarterback that you get in rounds what, 3, 4. Matt, hey, good to see you, Matt. Do you think Phillies have the roster to go back to the World Series again this year? Yes, they do. The problem is that the Braves and the Mets are going to have to get past them, just in the East, and then of course you got the Dodgers and the Padres in the West. So the the National League is just way tight, especially in the NL East, and then go to the NL West. Like I said, you got to get past the Dodgers and the Padres. Do we have the talent? Yes. And I say we because I'm a Phillies fan. I'm wearing the shirt. We have the talent. Can we do it? Sure. But going back to back, repeating is hard. Repeating is hard. Justin Kelly. Yeah, I'm sure, Anthony. Yeah, if he had connections everywhere, then, but yeah, if he does, that would be cool. See, on the train, most of the nation gets Rogers, teach them a little more, get a little more lead. And then, no, I don't. Like I said, the Raiders need to draft a quarterback not in round one, unless, and this is the only quarterback that I would take at 7, is Stroud from the Ohio State University. And the one thing about Stroud, like I said, he's ready, but I'm not enamored with Ohio State quarterbacks or Florida quarterbacks. That's why I said don't draft Anthony Richardson. No, don't draft Anthony Richardson. He doesn't have the accuracy. He can throw it from one end of the field to the other. You just don't know where it's going or who it's going to. No, on Anthony Richardson. I like the kid from Stanford, and I've said this as well that was it Wasted and Graphic? They don't like him. Everybody's got an opinion. You think the bullpen is deep enough though? Because last year it showed it wasn't. I'm from Philly and I'm a Raiders. Hey, thanks, Matt. Yeah, I think that they did a lot this year. They picked up, if I'm not mistaken, they picked up two. They picked up some bullpen help. I can't remember exactly. You tell me, but they picked up some arms for their bullpen. They picked up some arms for their bullpen, which they're going to need because that was their issue. Like the previous years, they had decent starting pitching, but they didn't have their bullpen would just blow it. They would just blow it. So yeah, they picked up some arms. And yet, Doc, I admit I don't think he's going to be there at 7. But if he is, then run to the podium. or if Stroud is there at 7 and you don't think that he is going to be that guy, somebody will want him. Somebody will trade up to the 7 pick that the Raiders have if he's still on the board. And then you can say, okay, you want this pick? We'll take your 1 this year, a 1 next year, and then, a couple more picks if Stroud is there and the Raiders don't want him, right? Get some picks. I'd still trade back anyway. I would still trade back. And if it is Hendon Hooker, and I like Hendon Hooker, I do. I really do. I'm an SEC guy. But his offensive not his offensive philosophy, but he's been playing in a Josh Heupel offense, which is easy. It's easy. The Josh Heupel offense is easy. So it's one of those things that if he has the acuity to play in a difficult offensive scheme, sure, but he's going to have to overcome what it will be I don't want to say it's a strike against him, but he's going to have to overcome being in a system that is not the greatest. Kev, it depends. Honestly, I know you're saying that I'm copping out of the question. Here's the thing. The Raiders will have to know what his football IQ is as far as the scheme. If he passes the scheme, if they think he can handle the system, then yeah, I'd take him if he fell. If I don't think he can handle the scheme and he drops to 7, somebody's going to want him. And again, I don't think he's going to drop to 7. But if he does drop to 7 and somebody wants him, then they're going to trade for him. But anyway, I see way too many Meineke commercials last year for the Dodgers to do what they did. I sat through way too many Meineke commercials. Oh, okay. I take Matt. I guess I don't live out in SoCal, so I don't live out in SoCal. Anyway. Let me get the link up. Hopefully we'll get some people on here. And here's the link. This way you don't have to listen to me yap. I think there are several linemen available in the second, third round. Sell the 7 figure, several third, fourth. Yeah, Doc, I mean it. Yeah, trade back. Get picks. So we're gonna hear from Gabe. God, thanks for coming in, Gabe. Gabe's got his Yankees hat on. He's already transitioned. What you got a Yankee shirt on too? No. Do you want to get one? I can't hear you until you come on. I can see you. Okay. All right. We're good. All right. We're gonna bring Gabe on. And here he is. Gabe,
what's up?
Good to see you.
How you doing, Captain?
I'm good. Oh, you got a Punxsutawney Phil shirt. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I took a little trip there once. So baseball season's upon us. Spring training started. Did you go to a Phillies game? Did you go to a spring training game?
I did go to the Phillies games this weekend. I said I got 3 upcoming. I got one next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I got one like the following Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
And I got one this week as well. So I will see 3. 2 in Clearwater, 1 in Dunedin. All the games are the same. It's Phillies, Blue Jays. I looked
I
for
went to
tickets.
Clearwater.
I looked for tickets on the Philly site. They were all sold out. Every
Tough.
game was sold out. The only ones that were available were Philly's Jays. So I grabbed them.
Got it.
So,
Got it. Well, any exciting things happening at Phillies spring training that you've seen?
they split a doubleheader yesterday. They beat the Yankees yesterday.
Yeah, I know, but it's spring training. I don't really care, to
I
be
know,
honest.
but I get a chance to just rub it in your face.
I know we don't play each other this year.
Yeah, we don't play each other this year, but I thought they played either on my birthday or the day before my birthday. The Yankees Phillies, like the 28th of March. I think it's like the day before or on my birthday. But they're playing in Steinbrenner Field, so I know those tickets are sold out. And I'm not spending. And I saw what the secondary markets were. I'm like, no. I bought tickets, and this is awesome. The game next Sunday in Dunedin, $29 a ticket.
Spring training.
$29 ticket. So I bought 2 tickets.
Mm-hmm.
The parking will probably cost me more than that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, probably. But
Yeah.
I think Anthony Volpe, or whatever his name is, Volpe, something like that. I don't know. It's very confusing. I think he'll finally convert from minor leagues to major leagues this year. It's very exciting.
One of my guys.
What?
Is that one of my guys or your guy?
No, that's one of our guys.
Okay.
One of our guys. He's been our best prospect in the minors for like years. And he's finally showing like he can maybe make it to the majors. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
What position does he play, or who is he taking the spot from?
I believe he plays shortstop. I believe.
Okay.
I don't know if he'll start, but I mean, he plays. Yeah, he's a shortstop. He's only 21 though, so he's pretty young still.
Yeah.
Pretty young. But on the football side of things, very, very, very couple important weeks for the New York Football Giants this week. I started my free agency look into players. And I came across.
And showed it on screen, so he's saying I'm not bullcrapping you. I actually showed the product. Just like the old teachers say, show your work, show your work. I like this. Okay. I'm all ears. Show your work.
So your boy Matt Collins, right?
Yeah.
What you know? Is he bad? Is he okay? Is he serviceable?
He's better than average. He'd be a decent pickup.
What about like a wide receiver 3? You think it'd work?
Yeah, he'd definitely be a W3. Because he's like a W2.5. He can be that W2, but he's definitely a good W3. Yeah. And
with your boy, also Denzel Perryman.
I said if he's available, a great pickup. His problem is injuries.
No, I know. But I was wondering, is he like a fast linebacker, slow, average? Because he has 14 tackles for loss this past season, which is pretty good stat.
He's not blazing, but he has good football speed. When he's on the field, he makes the great charge. Okay, he makes a great charge. He cuts through the tackles. He has great football IQ, and he does a lot of TFLs, good tackles for loss. He's got the smarts. He's not gonna win any 4x100s. But he's got good football side to side. He's not the greatest, but he's not a tortoise either.
Okay. All right. Good news. Did you see your lovely former player that retired in the middle of the season has made $5 million on Pokemon cards?
Good for him.
Was he playing good? Like, was he playing bad?
He wasn't playing bad. I mean, I think he played like 2 or 3 games for us and then said, you know what? I just don't want to do this.
Tough.
Yeah.
But that's the only 2 Raiders I have on my free agency look real I just started it like a couple days ago, so we're still working on it, but
Okay.
it's in the works. It's in the works, but
Okay. Hey, maybe
yeah.
you know this. Maybe you know this because Matt Moyer asked, "Did Machado finalize his 11,350?"
I think I got I think I got a notification for that. So yes, I think so. But let me confirm the notification I got.
See, Matthew, I'm looking out for you. I don't know, but I figured Gabe might.
Yes, he did. ESPN reported it.
Okay.
So yes, that's also the notification I got earlier.
Okay.
But yes, he did. Blake Martinez is better off trading Pokemon cards. He's not trading them; he's selling them. But yeah.
Yeah, he sells them.
But
And
you
5
know,
million? Not bad. Not bad.
it's 7 months. In seven
Yeah,
months.
7 months.
But what's the Raiders? What do you think the Raiders' plan is for free agency this year?
I don't know. I
Mm,
don't. And that's why that's why I really am I'm gonna really need people. And then OG, I'll get with you in a minute. I see OG waiting to come back in. It's really gonna be the people that come in to talk that are
mm-hmm.
going to be able to. These shows are going to be better, right, with participation because there's
Yep.
not a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to talk until I know. The one thing I will say is when Carr finalizes the deal, I say, okay, here's the deal. It's final. Let's not talk about him anymore. And then the other
Yeah.
thing is like if and when they say Rodgers is not the guy because that's what the reports are, let's not talk about him anymore. So that's it.
Yeah. The Carr situation is interesting, but what I'll say on that is there is a very big demand for quarterbacks this offseason. Very big demand, and with big demand comes big money for the quarterbacks that are actually going to win you games. Therefore, Carr is a quarterback who has shown he can win you games before. So the $35 million number, to be honest, is not as bad as you would think. Is my point. Because Daniel Jones wants 45 million. Like
Right.
it's
And here's the point. It doesn't matter what the contract is, honestly.
yeah.
The team can pay it, that's great. What matters is what you get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pay a guy, let's say you pay a guy 10 million and he gives you 4 playoff appearances, or
Yeah.
you pay a guy 100 million and he gives you 0. It's what you get for the money. And that's
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like with it's an interesting dilemma of the Giants. This is a very important couple weeks for the Giants because you have these couple weeks till the franchise tag deadline is coming up too. I believe it's like March 7th, I believe. I'm just spitballing here, but I think it's March 7th. And that's the date they have to decide. They have to get one of the contracts done, either Saquon or DJ. Carr ain't worth. Carr, okay, you guys really hate on the man. Holy cow.
He's not worth the numbers based upon what he's done.
Maybe he's not worth the number you think he's worth, but in the NFL nowadays, it doesn't matter what you're worth. It matters what you're marketing. Well, it does matter what you're worth,
Yeah,
but
I get it. And I agree.
Yeah.
It's what the going rate is.
Yep.
It's what the going rate is. But the point is, he ain't worth 35.
Well, Dak Prescott isn't worth $40 million a year, and he's getting paid it.
And John Watson ain't worth whatever the hell he's making.
$48 million a year.
There you go. And actually, Aaron Rodgers ain't worth what his latter years of that contract are.
$60 million a year.
No. Now, the only person that might be worth their contract is the current Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes is the Chiefs got him on a bargain.
Because he has brought them 2 Super Bowls,
Yep.
2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
So he's worth every penny of what they're paying him. But that's the point. Give me your best out the door, Gabe, because I gotta get OG on here.
Well, I think for my Raiders thoughts for you guys is I honestly think the best avenue is getting someone like Captain has said over and over again, a Jacoby Brissett, someone who can come in and serve you as who can run your system and who has the IQ, and then you draft someone young to learn under that Brissett or, a Jimmy G, whatever. Jimmy G wants bank, but that's crazy. And then you eventually phase your rookie quarterback into your team, and that's, I think, a good path for the Raiders to take. First of all, it doesn't involve trading draft capital for a 40-year-old quarterback, and second of all, Jacoby Brissett won't be expensive. Oh yeah, cool. I agree 100%. Cool, Kev. 100% is a very different thing, but unfortunately, the NFL free agency, it's all about market. It really is. It's all about the market value. It's other things go into it, of course. If you have a smart GM, it's more about worth. But most GMs, they like to splurge in free agency, as Dave Gettleman once did with Kenny Golladay. But we're not going to talk about that situation. Oh my gosh. But that's my thoughts out the door, Captain. I hope you have a great week. Combine's coming up, so that gives you something to talk about. Combine's, that's always
Combine,
eventful.
Pro day, and then going to Texas, and then the draft.
Yep, it's coming, and then you got free agency in between all that.
And free agency. Give me something to talk about. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, this is kind of that dark time where you have to make up stuff to talk about. So, but with that, Captain,
they just had the scene where a young Harrison Ford, rolls his car over against Milner in the drag race. You've never seen American Graffiti? Watch it, Gabe. It's a good movie.
Okay.
It's a good movie. Watch it.
Yep, I will watch it, Captain. But you have a great week. Okay. Show on Thursday or Wednesday?
Wednesday, Wild Wild West. Thursday, for sure.
Is that gonna continue on through the off season, like Wild Wild West?
As far as I know, Wild Wild West is going to continue until we figure out otherwise. And if we do, then if we all need to take a break, we'll let you know. But as far as I know, we're rolling through.
That Meadowlands water. I'm not gonna lie, that's funny. There's a reason I don't drink water at the hotel rooms I stay at when I go to New Jersey. But I'm just kidding.
That's right. Bottled water.
See you, Captain. Have a great night, man.
Take care, Gabe. We'll see you, brother.
See you.
That's Gabe, and we're going to bring in. And I was looking at. I like the shaved look. With the
oh boy, you froze.
I'm not frozen.
All right, the skipper's frozen.
I'm not frozen.
Okay, here we are.
Yeah,
hey, how are ya?
I'm good. Like I said, I'm digging the goatee and the Mr. Clean.
Yeah, well, things are warming up around here. Today was 79 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be 83, so got to get rid of all the excess hair. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing.
Good.
That's so. And like I said, I know that like I said, you and Ed would need to get back with each other. That's a good thing. And remember, don't talk about it here.
Nope.
There you go. And
I ain't made my own announcement yet either, so we'll wait.
There you go. What is on your mind about? I mean, because everybody has a, oh my God, we got to do this. I mean, as of the 26th of February, what is your, oh my God, we got to do this?
Are we on Roku?
Yes. Just keep it within bounds. Partner, if it's Sunday or Thursday live, unless you see uncensored, it's Roku.
Okay. My idea of where we are right now is, what the F? I am at what are we doing? Do we have a plan? Where are we going? I'm confused. Oh, yeah, this guy Ziegler said, oh, we're not in a rebuild. We're in a rebuild. We've been lied to as Raiders fans. We are in a total corporate BS takeover lie. Okay. They lied to us. Daniel, I'm going to say his name the way I should say it.
You can say McDummy.
I want to say
You can say McDummy. I mean, I don't disrespect.
A.
Okay.
This guy is a losing coach. He has a losing record as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
We've never drafted a winning head coach our entire for the existence of the Raiders. We got a guy with we got oh my god, our best head coach ever.
John Madden?
Yeah, when we got Madden, he wasn't a losing head coach.
Yeah, no, because he hadn't been a head coach at all.
Right. And then we got
Tom
Flores,
who
was an assistant coach who was not a losing head coach. Ever since that time, every time we picked up a new head coach, it was a loser. And now we got this loser running the show. I'm just sitting here going, what's our direction? Where are we going? Like, what are we doing? This isn't a rebuild. Yes, it is. Under a loser. Yes, it is. Like, this year will be my 50th year as a Raiders fan. And if we don't do something, it's probably my last year. I'll go to rugby or go to XFL or go to USFL or any other league that comes up. Because I am sick. I am sick of losing. I am a 57-year-old man who's going on 58. I will be 58 in April. We have not won a Super Bowl since I was a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are these clowns doing? We're doing another rebuild. How many more rebuilds we got to do over the last 40 years? Huh? This is disgusting. Like, we as fans deserve better, a lot better than what's happening. Now understand, the last 15 years, maybe 20 years of Al Davis's existence, yeah, he went senile. But his son, Mo.
No, he's not Mo anymore. He's Curly.
Oh, no, now he's Curly.
Yeah, he's Curly now.
Making decisions and interfering like his father did, but this clown doesn't know a damn thing about football. This is pathetic where we've headed. And nobody's changing anything. Like, nobody's adjusting anything to make it better. We were going to be I believed we were headed towards a dynasty. Little did I know that Josh McDummy was going to do this to the team. Okay? I thought we were headed towards the dynasty, but no, he's like, no, I want my guy. I'm going to sabotage this guy and get him out of here. This is the trash we've been dealing with, the political trash, for 40 years. I'm sick. Sick of this. This is disgusting. Like, as fans, as a nation, we deserve better than the current leadership. And I'm ready to walk away from this crap. I'm ready to just go, you know what? I gave it half a century of my life. Screw you.
Well, let me tell you something there, OG. There are fans that are Cubs fans that say every year that, no, I'm not going to be a Cubs fan anymore because they don't do this, they don't do that, they never won the World Series. And up until Joe Madden went there, that was what, for 100 years or so. I think it was 100 that they didn't win. But they remained Cubs fans because that's what was ingrained in them.
Right.
There are teams that it's easy to be a Yankees fan because the Yankees have, what, 27 or 28 World Series championships, right? They're the most prolific sports franchise with championships, I believe, in professional sports. I believe it's Yankees with 28. I know the Canadiens have like over 20, or at least let's say 16 to 20 Stanley Cups, right? Because they have the Celtics. It's easy to be a fan of those franchises because they're winners. They're historical winners. The problem is being a fan of a team that is ingrained in you that just doesn't win. So you can say all you want. I'm through. I'm finished. I've had it. I'm gonna jump up and down. But honestly, I think that you'll be disappointed, but you'll stick with the team because you ultimately want to see what happens. You ultimately want to see the brass ring at the end of the transactions. You ultimately want to see that. Will you see it? No, I'm not saying you will, but you're looking for it. It's like Charlie Brown and Lucy in the football. Literally, I'm going to kick the hell out of that football this year, and Lucy's got the ball and she takes it away. But he comes back and he does it every year.
Here's the thing. Next year, if all things go right, I'm buying my sailboat.
Okay, good.
The following year, I'll be sailing up and down the East Coast, do my thing, do a haul out, get ready, go island hopping in the Bahamas and the Caribbean, and won't give a F about any of this. I'll watch the New Zealand All Blacks league rule football, soccer, rugby. And go, yeah, all right. I'll just tape those games, watch those, and I'll be entertained because I love rugby. Okay. The Raiders, I've given them a half a century of my life. What do I owe them?
You don't owe them anything, but that's the point. You don't owe them anything, but you will, in my estimation, even if you don't get the new YouTube NFL Sunday ticket, right?
Right.
Every time there's a Raiders game on free TV, and actually there's really no free TV anymore because you got to pay cable, right? You got to pay somebody for cable, unless it's local and you get it off the airwaves, and it's the game that's local, that's close to in South Carolina, which is rare that it's a Raiders game locally. But even if it's on cable, if it's free, I have a feeling you're going to watch it.
Yeah, well, or I might be watching a whole new league and a whole new team.
Right. But when you watch a whole new league and a whole new league, that's in spring.
Okay, I'm good.
But I'm saying in the fall from September to January, if there's a Raiders game on TV, or if you're sitting at a local bar and you got to pay them to be there because you're either getting food or beverages or both, you're not giving it to Mark Davis, but you're giving it to the bar to watch a game. So you're not giving it to Mark Davis. You're not even giving it to the NFL.
No, in the fall and winter, I'll probably be stuck because it's, you got to finish out hurricane season. The winter, it'd be like sail. Let's see what the spring leagues bring.
Yeah.
Import, because hurricane season, or late. Hurricane season's from June to November.
Yeah, it's the June 1st to November 3rd.
So I'll be stuck somewhere having to watch Raiders games going, Jesus, what the hell have we done? Okay, then Josh McDaniels will be fired in another year or two. Dave Ziegler will be let go if we are not killing it. Mark Davis doesn't know how to run a team. Here's how you run a team. You hire a GM. The GM hires a coach, not the other way around. He hired Gruden to hire a GM. Backwards. Didn't work. Now he hired a GM and a coach. It's like, no, dude, stop. Hire a GM. Shut the hell up. Get back to Hooters and let the GM hire the coach. Like Curly, or used to be Mo, doesn't know how to run a team. It's a joke. He is not his dad. He doesn't have as much knowledge as his daddy, and he's a clown who interferes. Just, Carol, please, get Mark out of the organization, sell the damn team, and let's get some real GMs and coaches in here. Please.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you this, and because Ed Winchell dropped it here, and I'm gonna ask you this, and this will be a question out the door. Okay. Who do you replace McDaniels with, and when? I'll even add the "and when."
What do you mean?
Okay, who do you replace Josh McDaniels with, and when?
This year, let Dave Ziegler figure out who we should replace him with.
Okay. But so McDaniels goes this year.
At the end of this coming season, he's probably going to get fired.
Okay.
Let Dave Ziegler pick the next coach that is not Josh McDaniels, and let's see what he's got.
Okay. So that was the part two, okay? Because if it's Ziegler and he has to get rid of Josh McDaniels, don't you think that they're really kind of like a package deal?
If they are, then they both need to go.
Okay. So my next question to you is, and again, I know it's give it a year, and we don't know who will be available, but in a year, who is your pick to replace Josh McDaniels as the head coach, providing that the GM wants it? Okay, let's just say Joe Schlabotnik is the GM. I'm not even going to go about GM at this point, right? The GM is there. Who do we pick as our head coach?
Let Ziegler figure that out, and if he doesn't pick him,
I'm saying that you are acting as the GM, as Dave Ziegler.
oh, so Ziegler gets fired too, and I'm the GM?
No. You are portraying Dave Ziegler. This is my question to you. You're portraying Dave Ziegler. Who's your coach?
Okay, first of all, I'm not qualified to be a GM. Okay, but realistically, Ziegler should be able to find another head coach that's worthy. If he can't, get rid of him and go find another GM. Now let's go to the GMs. Let's talk about them, right? Carol Davis sells the team, and whoever takes it, Jeff Bezos or whatever, and we got to get a GM. Okay, let's go get the Chiefs GM, because we have an endless budget, and this guy knows how to work voodoo stuff, pay a quarterback $250 million. Let him pick the head coach. That's real. Like, I'm not qualified to be a GM. I don't play Madden. That's crap. Okay? I'm just saying is, if Dave Ziegler can't find a head coach other than Josh McDaniels, he doesn't deserve to be a GM. Period. End of sentence.
Okay. I was trying to leave it out there, like I said.
I'm not going to pick names and stuff. I'm not a GM. I'm not qualified to answer that question.
That's the other point. Josh McDaniels is the head coach, whether we like it or not, because he's got the resume.
His resume and what's his record?
How many games have you coached in the NFL?
I haven't coached any games.
There you go.
What's Josh McDaniels' record as a head coach?
He's got a better resume than you do there, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Realistically, there's troops of Girl Scouts who can have a better resume than Josh McDaniels.
That sounds exactly like what Ruben would say.
Look, realistically,
that's like what Ruben would say, because honestly, we don't have the wherewithal because we're not involved.
Right. Understand that, but let's be real. Josh McDaniels is a head coach, right? He doesn't have a winning record. He does not have a winning record.
Well, you know who else didn't have a winning record when he first...
Anybody we've hired since Tom Flores.
Okay. You know who else didn't have a winning record when he was made head coach for the third time? Bill Belichick.
Great.
So what I'm saying is, if you're saying that you have to have a coach with a winning record, if that was true, Bill Belichick wouldn't have been hired for the third time when the Patriots gave him a chance.
All right, well, let's see how he does, because realistically, I don't have a hell of a lot of confidence in this guy.
Okay, well, I think a lot of us don't, but I'm willing to at least see it out.
Well, we'll see it out. This is my 50th year. We'll find out, but realistically, I'm not feeling too confident at this point with this staff or the owner.
Well, we'll see, man. I said I got we'll see, and it's
no. Hey, listen. Don't get me wrong. If we go out there and kick ass next year, get into the playoffs, and do some great stuff, I'll change my tune. Okay, and I'll admit I was wrong. Right now, I'm looking at it going, no, we're screwed.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, last year I believed in this guy. I really think we made a mistake with him.
Okay.
Now,
I got you, but I'm willing to see what we got. And by the way,
I am too.
Dave, I did not compare Josh McDaniels to Bill Belichick. I made the observation that Bill Belichick was not a winning head coach when the Patriots hired him. That was the observation.
Right.
That's the truth.
Right. And if you know what, if he turns out to be the next Belichick, salute to you, bro. I'll change my tune. But right now,
I'd actually would take him as the next. What do you call it? The next Marty Schottenheimer.
Okay, Marty Schottenheimer never won a damn playoff game.
Yeah, but look, see, that's the second thing I was going to say. Marty Schottenheimer is a winning coach, but he doesn't have a playoff win.
No. Okay, that's bad.
Yeah.
Okay, the last time he got into the playoffs, they fired him for the playoffs to get further into the damn playoffs. Okay, this is not a good thing. What I'm saying is, Ed Winchell said, "Oh, gee, it's premature to give up on McDaniels after year one, bro." Well, it's also premature to give up on your quarterback most of the way through a season, not all the way. What I'm saying is,
I disagree with that. I think that they gave.
You know what? You can disagree all you want, buddy. But let me tell you something. Next year at the end of the season, we're going to see whatever team Carr goes to, and we're going to see where the Raiders are at. And I'll be doing a comparison. And you know what's really messed up? Y'all going to see Carr got further than the Raiders, and you're going to be like, oh, I guess he wasn't the problem.
Okay, well, I will say that 1 year, and I'm going to leave you with this there, Fuji. 1 year is not the measuring stick, though.
Yeah, but they didn't even give Carr a whole year.
Well, no, but they gave him 9.
No, they gave him 15 games
They gave him 9 years in an organization. Granted,
with
they had,
6
he had,
offensive
he had,
coordinators,
there you go.
6 new
He had
head
a bunch of head
coaches,
coaches. He had a bunch of offensive coordinators, but they gave him 9 years to win, and he didn't win a playoff game.
in
Okay.
6 systems. Understand, if he hadn't got his ankle broke against the Colts because Jack Del Rio left him in too long, they would have went to the fucking Super Bowl that year in 2016. Sorry. What I'm saying is, I do not believe in Josh McDaniels.
Okay,
Change my
well,
mind.
that's fine.
Change my mind.
That's
Change
fine.
my mind. But at the end of the season, next year, if Carr's gotten further than the Raiders, I'm gonna be like, he wasn't a problem. Your problem is Josh McDaniels, and don't and come up against me. Come against me.
OG, yeah, I'm doing this. Like I said, I got to get a word in because I can't keep talking over people. The point is this, okay? 1 year is not a measuring stick. 9 is, but even when Derek goes to another team next year, 1 year is not a measuring stick for Carr and his team versus the Raiders and their team. I say let's see what they got with 3 years with Derek Carr and X team and what the Raiders get for 3 years starting next year. That's the measuring stick.
I'm going to call out every Kardashian this coming year.
Okay.
If he goes further than the Raiders, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to tell you how trash Josh McDaniels is. And that Carr was not the problem. I have a lot of confidence in what I'm telling you right now.
Well, obviously the team didn't. That's the truth, though. Hey, thanks, partner. I'm gonna get along, and I thank you for coming in. And again, I like the look. Looks good, and like I say, let's keep up with each other too.
Well, we will because of our future careers.
Hopefully so.
We got some secrets to reveal, Raider Nation, later.
Maybe. We'll see.
Good night, brother.
Good night. Take care there, Dan.
Oh, by the way, Jack, I love you.
I love you too.
You're my good friend.
Take care, man. We'll see you. That's OG. And I said I can have deep conversations with people that I don't agree with, right? I just, like I said, I've had enough. I've had enough of the what are you doing for me? That's why I don't like talking about he who shall not be named. Number 4. I'm gonna start calling him number 4. I don't care. He's not my quarterback anymore. I don't care. Jack Ken isn't here. Thanks to see you, Jack. And like I said, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But I got, pardon me. I got to see it. If the team was not enthused with the play of their quarterback, they gave him 9 years with a lot of head coaches and a lot of different coordinators. I get it. And the defense that wasn't the greatest. I get it. But you know what? If he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, then you win. It's true. Anyway, we are at 1 hour 15 here. Come into the show. Matt Raymond says we'll see. And I still say, for all those saying like, oh my God, he's doing the same thing that he did in Denver. No, because he got rid of Cutler immediately. He didn't get rid of Carr immediately. He gave him a year to prove himself, and he didn't do it. He gave him 9 years, a year in, didn't work, right? Didn't work. That's why I took continue to see Maria pathetic. Like the league says, we do have the worst fans. We have, I don't say the worst fans. We have the highly opinionated and pissed off fans. Worst to me is, I would say worse. What opinionated and rough. That's what I would say. Okay, McHagan and Dirk Diggler bet on TB12 unless they make it happen. Okay, well, you know what? That was their plan. Their plan was TB12, and TB12 wasn't there. I'm glad. Their quote unquote their secondary plan, at least what we were told, was Aaron Rodgers, and now Aaron Rodgers allegedly is not the guy. And I say great. Great. He's not the plan. Great. Point is though, we'll see. I don't want Garoppolo. I don't want Aaron Rodgers. I never wanted Tom Brady. Those are the three I didn't want. I'm gonna go with Jacoby Brissett and Jarrett Stidham, and a quarterback to be determined. And yeah, we're not smart. And you know what, Doc? We do too. We show up everywhere. We do show up everywhere. Everywhere. We show up. So don't say we don't. Steelers fans do. Packers fans? Yeah. Jack, we know what your plan is, and your plan envisions trading away this pick to some team that we are hoping will be the worst team next year, because that's where your plan is. It's like we're going to have to play Kreskin. For those who don't know who Kreskin is, he was the illusionist or the mind guy, or like Penn and Teller. We have to figure out who is the worst team for the 2024 draft, right? The 2024 draft, we got to figure out who that team is. We got to play Kreskin, Nostradamus, right? And trade our pick to them for their next year's pick, right? And if we get it, we get it. We get Caleb Williams. You better know who that next pick is. If you trade down at 7 to somebody you think is going to suck, great. You better get a number 1 this year too. Hi, Neil. How you doing? And that's the opinion that Caleb Williams is going to be the bomb diggity. That's the opinion. I mean, I think he will be. But so have other people. Ryan Leaf was supposed to be better than Peyton, right? He was supposed to be. He wasn't. Yeah, and I agree. That's a great observation. Caleb Williams might be the next Patrick Mahomes, or he might be the next Colin Kaepernick. That's a damn good observation. Damn good observation. We don't know. Or the next Mark Sanchez. He's the next somebody. We don't know who the somebody is, but he's the next somebody. If you go all in, go all in. Right? Go all in. Well, Doc, I'll say this. The Raiders have sucked recently. And the fact that they still had a deep presence in Jacksonville and they sucked. The Steelers and the Packers have a presence and they're usually winning teams. They're usually winning teams. That's the difference. That's the difference. You want to come in tonight, and we've had our normals. We've had Gabe. Gabe's a regular. We had OG. He's a regular. I'd like to get some more people. It's kind of like it's a very, very what I'm looking for. It's like a familial thing. What do you call it when it's like a family, a guy, a father who has it's very familial. It's the same people. I like to get some new people. And I'm not sorry that the Dolphins would kick to the curb. I like that. Because Miami fans, they're horrible. They're horrible. Not all of them, but the ones I get a chance to know. Miami fans are horrible. Oh, so that's who Mackenzie Phillips is on this one iteration. She's in the house with Candy Clark. So when she got out of high school, she went to Haight Ashbury in San Francisco. Whatever. Marriott or Hilton, what? Hotels? I prefer Hilton, but Marriott is great. Okay, so we're talking about the regulars. I like the regulars. I'd like to have some new people, but I'll take my regulars. Jack, I hope your phone is more than 3%. He smiled. Maybe it is. Okay. Anyway. Jack, what? First off, what's your phone on?
64%.
Wow, he comes prepared. Amazing. He comes prepared. A salute to you, sir.
Salute to you, sir. Love you, Cap.
Love you as well there, Jack. What's going on today, man?
All I know is Mick Schindler and Dirk Diggler. Oh, you're Roku. Okay. Sorry.
Roku.
I apologize up front. Sorry, Roku. My fault. We expected TB12. And you know what? I still kind of accept there may be a TB12 in our future. Maybe it's hidden in underground. I don't know. But with McDaniels and Ziegler, it's you don't let. I will say this: OG is talking facts. He's the next best quarterback. Why would you let him go? And we did. So the next one is Garoppolo, and then our backup quarterback, or one other quarterback that's out there. And we're talking rebuilding. This team's not meant to rebuild. Yes, we need a lot of help on the defense, but we have a lot of draft picks. That's why we're doing this. If we can't get one of these guys to come over here as a starting quarterback, like a good quarterback, it's all for waste. Then I can see, like, you know, why the Raider Nation is talking about trading away our great players in Waller and Renfro and even Adams to rebuild it all. It's like, we're not there. It's like, we got a great offense.
Yeah, I want, first off, what's these reports that Adams wants out? I haven't seen them.
No one's saying this Adam wants out, but I'm like,
it was either Ed or Hollywood was telling me that there's reports that Adams wants out too.
no, but Adam doesn't want out. He wants to build. And you know, it's the same thing as, like, you know, Josh Jacobs, like, he says, I will take a lesser contract if we can get a good quarterback in here. But if you want me to be the workhorse, then you need to pay me, which is understandable. So it's like, it's driving me nuts. I'm absolutely hoping that these guys can prove that they are, like, above and beyond. And, like, at TB12, which I am not a huge TB12 fan, like, you know, come to the Raiders like you. Yeah. But for 1 year and still draft a quarterback at the number 7. Whoever falls with at number 7, don't trade up. Just take who's going to be there. If TB12 comes out of retirement, which I'm hoping he does, I'm hoping that they work this stuff out. Thank you. But if not, our team's going to be in a world of hurt. It's going to be hurting. So what's your thoughts, Cap?
Well, first off, I got to say this, okay? If Mark Davis knows that this is a rebuild and he understands it's a rebuild, then he is going to allow for a record that is about what we had this past year, maybe a little better. We were 6-11, right? And by the way, 2 of those 6 wins were against the Donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
So we were really not, not the greatest. But okay, but if that was our record and that is what is seen, then we got to see some improvement. But do I expect the Raiders to make the playoffs this year? No. We don't even know who our quarterback is right now.
We don't have a quarterback.
Actually,
McGabbert, like Gabbert or what? I mean, right now he's like the only one on the roster. It's like, Gabbert. I see the Raiders doing steady.
Yeah. Gabbert is the quarterback for the Bucks.
Well, if he's not the quarterback, who's our quarterback on the roster right now? It's like nobody.
Garbers.
Okay. Yeah. Garbers. So if Garber, he's garbage. So that says nothing. So, look, McShitnuts and Ziegler, you guys need to do something. Prove your worth. Because, honestly, I'd rather dump the both of you mofos and have kept Carr. And I feel there's more stability with just Carr and not you two guys. Yeah, I mean, you two haven't proved nothing to me in this offense.
Let me ask a question, Jack. Are you the GM and the head coach?
No, I'm not. But I will say this: do you, Cap? Do you feel there's more stability last year? And what we finished up with our head coach, who was a special teams coach, versus McDaniels and Ziegler versus our special teams head coach and the guy from ESPN.
Well,
I feel more secure last year than this year. This year they haven't shown me. They proved me that there's a lot more question marks on this team than there's last year.
And last year is 2 years ago.
I'm just talking this year to last year.
Well, I'm just saying, remember, last year is last year, where this year is upcoming, okay? Last year and the year we made the playoffs, I'll go from that, okay? The issue is this. In the year that we went to the playoffs and lost with Derek Carr playing his single solitary playoff game, which he lost.
2016, when he broke his leg. No.
The only playoff game that Derek Carr has ever played in was 2 years ago. Or, 22.
Okay, then I'm gonna turn the question around to you. Do you feel?
No, you are not. I'm gonna finish to at least get my.
Okay, then I'll answer that. Then you can answer my question.
Okay. The point is that season when we went to the playoffs, our records in one-score games was 7-2. 7-2. And this past year, our record was, I believe, 3-9 or 2-9 in one-score games. You flip the script. We won games the year prior that were skin of the teeth games. We made it to the playoffs. Last year, we did not. Do we have better players? Yeah, but it was execution. It doesn't matter who the effing coach is if you don't execute the play. I could be the coach, and if I draw a play up and I got the players that are there and they don't execute, it's on the players. And Josh McDaniels is a major league NFL head coach. He has the credentials. He's been there and he's done that. You might not like him, but he has the credentials and you don't, and I don't, and Gabe doesn't, and I'm sorry, not Gabe, Ruben doesn't. And all you guys that said that you could be better coaches, F you. F you.
Okay.
I think, now, Jack, have you ever coached even a high school team?
Not in football.
Okay.
But in baseball,
I coached a high school team in football.
So no, not football. I've played football.
I have more experience than you coaching high school football. So my credentials are better than yours.
Well, you can say that. I played against better competition than probably you did.
I don't know. We were the runner-ups in the European League for high school.
No. I played against the Nature Valley, against De La Salle, when Aaron Taylor, who went to Notre Dame and had 4 years with no sacks, number 4 overall draft pick against Green Bay, and Amani Toomer. Wait. Pause.
I didn't say your high school.
Pause. I said Amani Toomer, who's the New York Giants. I went against him as a player.
I'm about to put you on mute, just like Ruben.
Oh, God. Come on, Cap. Amani Toomer is the New York Giants all-time leading receiver. I played against him in high school. I went against him.
Against Wilbur Marshall. I played against Jeff Zimmerman. Doesn't matter.
We played against players, but that's not. Bygones be guy. Bygones.
I said coaching. Coaching.
No, I'm not a coach. I coach baseball.
Okay.
So here's the thing I'm going to say, Cap. It's like, we look at the players and like what's going on. It's like we look at like Derek Carr did with less. And then we get McDaniels in here. It's like I'm going to call him McShitnuts. So Nation, McShitnuts. The guy, he's horrible. I'm like, when you get Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow, all world and all pro running into each other, and Carr, who's got a photographic memory. Remember, John Gruden said that. He's got a photographic memory. And he can't do the plays that McDaniels does. So who's it on? Who's it really on? And then we go. Let's just go over to the defense.
It's on effing Derek Carr. It's on effing Devontae Adams. It's on effing Hunter Renfrow. It's on effing Matt Collins. It's on effing the offensive line. It's on.
So what quarterback's going to lead that crew?
Players. It's
So-
on the players.
So Cap, I love you, brother. So what quarterback's going to lead that squad and do better than what he's done? Name me one. One. Don't tell me AR because he's gone. TB12 is gone. So give me one.
I don't know who the team.
You don't know because there's nobody.
Let me finish. I don't know who the team is this year. I need to know who the team is this year. I need to know who we're bringing in free agency. I need to know who the offensive line is. I need to know who we're drafting this year. And I also need to know who the effing quarterback is and who the effing running back is. I don't know.
Well, hopefully we get our boy back in JJ. JJ said he would take a lesser contract if we get a good quarterback.
Okay.
So what is a good quarterback that's going to come in to, like, you know, say JJ is going to, like, want to take less?
I still say, give me Stidham and Jacoby Brissett and ride it out.
You know what? I agree with you, Cap, on that.
That's my answer.
It's Stiddy and Brissett.
Yeah.
A lot of people disagree with me on Brissett. You're the first person that said Brissett, and I agree with on that. I want Brissett because he's been there. He knows the system. Yes, he's a total bridge. And do I want Jimmy G?
No.
Oh, my God. In Northern California, like, you know, a lot of people don't know Northern California Raiders, San Francisco Niners. Man, I've been busting, you know, crap alone and balls for years. That dude never stays healthy. He's good when he's in there. He's decent enough, but he won't last 5 games. Don't want him. I'd rather have Brissett. So, yes, let's go to next year. Let's go to our boy Ed Winchell. Salute, Ed. Ed knows this. I'm all in next year, and I want Caleb Williams. Let's get Caleb Williams. Let's spend the picks. He'll probably be the number 1 pick. So if the Raiders spent the number 7 pick and traded back, get more picks, use some of those picks for Caleb Williams. And Ed, I'm glad that you actually got the chance to meet him and hang out with him and have lunch. And I'm still waiting for my jersey, bro. But yes, next year I'd rather have Caleb Williams. And I still feel like some way, somehow, there's some sneakiness involved, like, you know, with Tom Brady coming back out of retirement for 1 year. I still feel that. I have a weird, you know, feeling in my gut.
Unless Brady comes back on a $2 contract.
No, I don't even care. It's like $20 million contract.
No.
He'll still get paid.
Unless Tom Brady comes back on a $2 contract. I don't want him.
So would you rather have Tom Brady at 20 million or, like, you know, 20%, like 20 million? Or Stidham at 20 million? It's like, come on.
You're not going to get Stidham at 40 million. Not going to get Brissett at 40 million. Come on.
No, I'm not saying 40. I said 20. 1 year. 1 year.
Okay. Seriously. Okay. Those guys are going to get regular contracts. I think Stidham will get like maybe 4.5 to 5.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. And Brissett probably maybe 7 to 8.
What? 12 million? Because, like, you know, he's a bridge. So that's about right around the range of a bridge quarterback.
We'll see. But it's not going to, like I said, don't spend money on these guys. Give me a bridge. Get a quarterback this year, going on Caleb Williams next year. If you're lucky enough, I don't think you're going to be lucky enough to get him. I think all these people that are tying their chains to Caleb Williams are going to be deeply disappointed next year when the Raiders don't get him.
If we don't get a quarterback in the first round, then yes, and we get a bridge quarterback, yes, I will be disappointed if we don't get a franchise quarterback next year, because, you know, Ziegler and McDaniels let a franchise quarterback go for no reason. I mean, all the reports I'm reading now is like Carr's $35 million. That's about what he's getting.
Market versus availability. And Jack, I got to let you go because you're first off, I got load that's coming in and you're getting my blood pressure up.
Well, brother, it's like, I'm glad I'm getting your blood pressure up because I love you. And the fact that, like, you know, we can have a debate, it's a good thing. And it's better than what the rest I see of the Raider Nation doing. So love you. Salute. Good night, Cap.
Good night, Jack. Take care, man. Car. Frick. I'm gonna, and when he signs with somebody, I'm gonna institute there will be no mention of that mofo on this channel. And I almost cursed tonight. I almost said F a lot. Jack was getting me upset. I love you, Jack, but it's the players. It's the players. I can draw up an effing play. It's the players. And again, I love Jack Kennett too. I love, Doc Cabral. I love Ed Winchell. I love, OG Jack. It's the players. The coaches do not play the effing game. They draw up the plays. It's up to the players to execute. It's up to the players to be available, to be healthy. It's up to the players to be healthy and available. Right? McDaniels doesn't suck. He's not the greatest, but he doesn't suck. But if you're Raider Nation and you have your heart set on Caleb Williams, you're gonna be very disappointed in a year and 2 months, in 14 months? And I don't know where the draft is after Kansas City. Does somebody know where the draft is in 24? Look it up. Look it up. Somebody tell me where the draft is in 2024. You're going to be upset. Because unless the Raiders have the number 1 or the number 2 pick in that draft, you're going to be upset. Because they ain't getting Caleb Williams unless they have the number 1 or the number 2 pick. All right. I got Mo. Mo, you ready, brother? Okay, I get the thumbs up. And I love talking to people. Oh, it's in Detroit. Thank you. Detroit would be nice. Detroit. I get a chance to go to Detroit. That'd be cool. I know some Lions fans. Okay, we're gonna bring Mode in here. Mode, what's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
Not much.
Are you gonna get my blood pressure up too?
No.
You
No.
sure?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Because OG Daniel and Jack Kenneth certainly did.
No, I saw that. This offseason is going to be a little crazy. It's going to be weird. We do have a quarterback carousel going on right now. They're trying to work out a deal with what's his name, the backup from this year, Stidham.
And it's like $4.5 to $5 million, which is not bad.
It's really not. Do I think he's the right choice to be a bridge? Not really, but he could prove us all wrong. He could prove us all back.
He's the backup bridge.
Oh, he's the backup bridge.
Yeah. Because and you know what? He can be the bridge. He can be the bridge if nobody else is available.
Yeah. This quarterback draft is pretty good coming in. I've seen a lot that I like. I like the one out of Ohio State a lot.
Stroud.
Yeah. CJ, I saw his film. He did really good this season. Yes, I'm a big USC fan. You know this, Captain. I'm a huge USC fan. But Caleb Williams is coming in next year.
Right.
And to pick up Caleb Williams, I'm not going to lie, he's going to be projected pretty high. I wouldn't be surprised if he's projected as the number one.
Number one, at the worst, number two.
Yeah. Do I think he could possibly bring USC back to their glory days? I am hoping. I'm not saying he is. I am saying I am hoping.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a lot of good coming out this past season from USC, and a lot of hope. That's pretty much it with football. Oh, wait. I heard a lot of people saying that they want the Raiders to tank this season to pick up Caleb. That is not the freaking answer. That should not be the answer. We should want the Raiders to win games. We should want the Raiders to go to the playoffs. Hell, we should want the Raiders to go far into the playoffs. Just because you want a player doesn't mean you should lose games on purpose just to pick up a player.
Now let me ask a question. Is I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I want to make sure that I'm not misremembering. Did not the Kansas City Chiefs, or were not the Kansas City Chiefs a playoff team? Wait a second. The year that they drafted and he went up to number 10 to get Patrick Mahomes, they were a playoff team that previous year.
Yeah.
With Alex Smith, right? So there's nothing saying that you can't be a playoff team and figure out this is not our guy.
And still pick up your guy.
Yeah. Now it takes
a lot. If we do get a very low number in 2024 and we still want Caleb, and that's all on the GM. That's all. Caleb, they're going to have to pay a lot to pick.
Yeah. And I firmly believe that if this is the team that everybody says it is, okay? And again, Darren Waller was injured. I don't think he was really interested in playing with Carr, but that's just the way that I saw it. But Waller was injured, and Renfro was injured, and they didn't have a steady right tackle.
No.
And so that they had issues there. They didn't have a steady guard because what's his nose was playing guard. Alex Bars was playing guard, so they didn't have a steady guard, and they had problems there. Parham played decently for a rookie, but there's issues there. They didn't have another defensive end on the other side of Max Crosby. It was supposed to be Chandler Jones, but he wasn't there. They still don't have any linebackers, and their secondary was oft injured. So, and that is why we lost a lot of games. The one-score games was because the offense wasn't in sync and the defense wasn't in sync, and we were not a playoff team. But we were a playoff team the year prior, but by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah. And it was looking like that this year, too, towards the end.
Yeah. So.
I kind of want to talk. I want to stir away from football. And
we got about 10 minutes.
And talk about these new baseball rules.
Yeah, let's do that.
I understand they want to make the game a little bit more faster. They want more up-tempo.
Mm-hmm.
But baseball's really not that type of sport. Let's all be honest. As long as I've been watching baseball, I've never seen it being that type of sport where it's up-tempo, upbeat, anything like that.
Well, it's not really the up-tempo portion. It's they're losing fans' interest. They're losing fans' interest by keeping it so long. Remember, like who was the guy? Nomar Garcia Park. Every
Yes.
time he would do his gloves. Every pitch would do his gloves, right?
Yeah.
And Al Rabowski would the Mad Hungarian would have like a really herky-jerky approach to the plate. Louis Tiant would throw his back to you each time. You know, there are people that just have their idiosyncrasies.
Yes.
It stretches out the game. And the guys that would each time they leave the friggin' batter's box to elongate the game. And that's why people don't watch baseball on TV, because it takes too friggin' long to watch on TV, even in the stands. And that's why they don't have a lot of people watching it. At least if you go from 3 hours to 2.5 hours, it's not so bad. Mode, are you there? Or are you locked up? I think Mode's locked up. Oh, goodness. We get to see Mode's left ear. Mode. I think Mode's locked up. Mode, I'm gonna kick you back. I'm not okay. There you go. I was gonna kick you backstage until you came back. But
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
It's they want to keep baseball watchable, and 2.5 hours is more watchable than 3:15.
Yeah.
So, but what now? Because people were asking, I think Matt Moyer was asking me about the Phillies. They have the people on the Phillies. They've always had an issue with the bullpen, but I think they've gotten better there. What did the Dodgers do to improve over the Padres this year? Because it's going to be between the Dodgers and the Padres out west, and I don't think the Dodgers did a lot of improving, unless I missed something.
No, you're right. We did not do a lot of improvement. In actuality, we lost quite a bit of our star players. We lost a player to you guys on the Phillies.
Trey Turner.
I forgot who we sent over to you guys.
Well, we re-signed we signed Trey Turner.
As far as I see, that team that brought us to the I want to say 2000. It was either 2021. The team that brought us the 2021 championship. A lot of those players are now gone.
Yeah.
Except for Kershaw. And I think it's going to hurt us a little bit this year. We're still in a very tough division. We're still in a very tough conference in the National League. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do this year.
How much did the Giants improve? Because that's Kenna's team. How much did the Giants improve?
I don't, in all honesty, I do not pay attention to anyone else other than the Dodgers.
Yeah, because I know the Dodgers lost. They lost Trey Turner. They lost they lost a couple outfielders. They lost. I think they lost some pitchers too. The last couple.
Yes, we did.
This year and last year.
We only have Kershaw and Julio right now.
Yeah.
From our returning pitching rotation. And like I said, I think that's gonna possibly hurt us a little bit this year. Do I think we're still a playoff contending team? Yes. In actuality, I still believe that we are a playoff contending team. But it's the matter of fact of them showing that this year.
Okay. Well,
I know so far this Sorry about that, Captain.
I was going to say, do the Dodgers have enough to take the West over the Padres or the Giants?
In all honesty, I doubt it. My prediction is that we possibly tie for second, and with the Padres and the Giants take the division this year. I know so far this Cactus League season or spring training, the Dodgers have split both games, both first games. We lost to the Brewers yesterday, and we beat the Cubs today. I have yet to see the highlights though, and hopefully I do get to see them.
Well, I know the Phillies had a split squad. They beat the Yankees. They lost to the Tigers yesterday, and today they beat the Twins. So they're 2-1. But one of them, like I said, one of them's a split squad. They got good players. And remember, it's a long grind in baseball. And remember, last year they started late because of the walkouts. So they're going back to the way it should be. We will see what happens this year.
I think one rule that's going to hurt the league, though, is the batter's violation rule.
The what violation?
The batter's violation rule.
This real quickly, Mode, because I got to do my sign off pretty soon. What's that? I must have missed it.
The batter's violation rule, I think, is when you take too long to get into the batter's box.
Yeah, no, you get basically once you're in the box, I think you pretty much have to be in the box pretty much for your whole pitch or your whole count.
For your at bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, and we've already seen that happen this year. I forgot what game was it yesterday, but a team had lost a game because of that rule.
I'll have to look it up. Hey, Mode, I'm like right near the hard break, partner, but I appreciate you coming in, man.
No problem.
And yeah, at the very end, throws that spaghetti in this thing. So
It wasn't spaghetti, it was ramen.
whatever. Anyway, partner, thanks again for being here and say hi to the family. Are you gonna be in Texas on the 15th?
I don't know. I literally just moved out of my folks' house. I'm in my new apartment right now.
Well, don't spend any more money you need to. We'll see you when we see you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey, take care, partner, and we'll see you for the next show.
Sorry, sir.
Hoorah! Gotta see it. That's Mode. Thank you there, Mode. We are up against our break. Thank you for watching. Like the show. Like, share. I will be back on Wednesday for the Wild Wild West shows. Thursday night, of course, it's the regular You Don't Know Jack About Sports. And then Sunday, after I watch the Phillies play on Sunday, I will be on for that show. So take care of yourselves. I'm going to get some sleep. Guys, man, I can't have the heartbreaks and the heart attacks. And we'll see you for it. But thanks for being here. Take care, everybody.